Now tell us a little bit about last night, the energy inside of the arena. I think Becca had said it was kind of like a game at the Bob.
Yeah, I think that I would put it closer to the Memorial Stadium game just because people were a little bit farther away from us than they are in the Bob. I feel like at Bob they're a little bit on top of us. But I would say the energy was electric, and you could feel it when we were playing, especially in that third set when we kind of felt like we had almost secured it, and so the crowd was crazy, and we knew there was a lot of Nebraska fans out there.
You guys kind of feeding off that? I mean, you guys played with such insane energy last night, taking on Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I would say, especially for me in the first two sets, like I kind of felt like I wasn't there for some reason. And then the third set, I was like, all right, like bounce back. Like I know this is your first time doing this, but you just got to get yourself back together. And so that's kind of when I was feeding off the crowd a little bit, and I celebrated more like myself in the third set. So yeah.
You know anything about Texas yet?
We haven't watched film yet, but we've watched their game. We know they're a super fiery team. They have a lot of weapons, but we're excited because we do too. So we think it's going to be a pretty good matchup.
Do you know much about the history behind Nebraska and Texas and the rivalry between those two programs?
We know there's a big rivalry, and we know like both teams lose recruits to each other every single year. So we're super excited to watch how that pans out tomorrow or Sunday.
Laney, how would you describe your freshman class and what you guys have been able to prove this year, I guess?
Yeah, I would say that we had some doubts this year, not personally us, but other people doubting us, just because we are young and we know that winning a national championship is so hard, especially when you're inexperienced. But we just talked so much about how we were going to just do what we can and work together. We've all played together before, so I think that helped coming in. And then we've just talked a lot about chemistry and trust, and so we don't really feel like we're young when we play.
So do you feel like this was possible in July and August to get here then?
We always believed, and we talked about that too, like just trust and belief all year. So we definitely believe that we'd be able to get here.
There's been a lot of special seasons in this program's history. What would a national championship capping off this kind of year mean?
Gosh, we've just set so many goals this year, and I think that we've been able to attack and succeed at every single one so far. So I just think that winning a national championship would just be the cherry on top.
How did practice go today?
Practice was great. It was really cold in the gym, so the ball was moving a lot. It took a long time for us to get warm, but we're super excited, and I think we have a lot of energy because we're going for a national championship, so we're really excited.
Allie's playing against her home state again. What stands out about Allie on the court that just stands out in general about her?
Yeah, Allie's had some fire come out in the last few games, and I think it's so cool to see. She's been an amazing player, and we've really seen her confidence go up in the last couple of weeks, so it's super exciting, and I'm so excited to watch her play on Sunday, just because we know the rivalry, and she's from there, so we're super excited.
I know she hasn't got the chance to step on the floor in a match, but Lindsey Krause finding her way practicing with you guys a little more. Just what has that meant to you guys as you prepare for the match on Sunday?
Yeah, we've all really tried to have Lindsey's back. We know it's a hard thing to go through. I went through an injury in high school, so I definitely know what it's like, and I know that the mental side is harder than the physical side. But she's been back practicing with us, and she's been absolutely killing it. She was going almost full out the other day at practice, and she was literally murdering everyone. She hits a float serve when she hits it, so it's hard to defend, but we're super excited to have her back and can't wait to see what she's going to do next season.
I know you haven't watched tape yet on Texas, but from what you do know of them, what kind of stands out to you?
We know they're a really good serving team, and we know they're going to dig balls. But I think that if we can stick to our systems, we know that we will also dig balls. So it's going to be a battle for sure, but we're super excited to go at that.
Having a match on ABC, national television, all eyes on you guys, how great is that, and just the growth of the sport that it continues to experience?
It's honestly an honor, and not just for volleyball, but for women's sports in general, to never have a game on ABC before, and now this year we do. I think that's super cool, and it just shows that what women can actually do for the sport. So yeah, super exciting.
A lot of times when there's some young talent on a team, it sometimes doesn't always blend with the older people. Can you talk about how the captains, Lexi and Merritt, really blended the younger players and the older players on this team to really gel?
Yeah, I think they've done a great job at just being accepting when we first got here. We all felt really welcome when we first got here, but I think another shout out I want to give is just to the staff, because they've done a super amazing job at forming us all together, and we've had lots of meetings talking about what we were going to do, having 6 new people come into the program. So our staff has done a really amazing job building chemistry with this team.
You're kind of known for throwing your body all over the court. I mean, do you kind of feel like last game, time to lay it all out there? Or do you just kind of feel like just do what I do and everything will be fine?
Yeah, I think I've laid it all out there every single game this year, but I think that going into the last game, I'm super ready. I know that I'm going to give all that I have, just as I have all season, and I know that my teammates will also, and they're going to have our back, or my back, and they're going to give everything, I'm going to give everything, so it's going to be super fun.
You Mary talked about with that chemistry issue, like giving the team patience, giving them time to figure things out. How have you seen that from the coaching staff?